going on, everybody? I'm back again with another video, and today I'm in New Rochelle for the first time. I've never been here, but I've always wanted to come here and make a video around here. This is about 17 miles or 27 kilometers from Midtown Manhattan, so about a 30-minute commute in the Metro North. So it's kind of like a little small city outside of, the New York City area. It could be a little big, a lot of suburbs, but I'm gonna focus more like in the downtown area, probably by North Avenue and the main street or the first road. So I'm gonna walk around here to see what developments is going on, what the neighborhood has to offer. So without further ado, join me. So I'm here in North Avenue, and the main area is gonna be behind me, but I'm gonna walk over here because it's literally past next to New England Thruway or Interstate 95, where this goes all the way to Massachusetts. So I'm gonna walk towards the other side to see what's going on. You're in Westchester County when you see the buses like this. So it's like a different vibe outside New York City. And you see what's going on over here. Pretty quiet though. But then there's like an overpass that passes through the Interstate 95, which is a busy interstate that goes all the way, to the northern part of the United States. And then it goes south down to Florida. This is it over here. Not sure how clear you can hear me. Good day to drive today because there's no traffic. Then you see a little bit of the high-rise buildings of New Rochelle. And this is the other side over here. So it seems like I also got the developments going on over here, like a new building and some residential. It's kind of giving me vibes when I was exploring White Plains, just a little bit further from over here. But yeah, you end up like in a neighborhood like this. I'm just trying to see what's around here. I know the main action is gonna be in the other side, but I just want to check out, this type of angle over here to see what can I find. So yeah, it's mostly houses, nothing crazy going on. Then ahead of me is a hospital. But I think I'm gonna turn back to the other side to see where all the action is going on and see what New Rochelle has to offer me. So I decided to check this side of the city, and that's a little bit of the historic district right here, like the buildings. It kind of feels like if you're in some of the neighborhoods in the Bronx, but the Bronx is literally not far from here, especially Co-op City or borders with this area. And you can see this building, similar type of architecture you get in any neighborhood of North New Jersey or New York City with a triangle on the top. So this is North Avenue over here. It's like a little main street going on. And this is getting close to North Avenue, and I see a couple of business. But just like I mentioned, in any other city that you get outside of New York City, just like when I was in White Plains and Stanford, not really much crowds. So there are a couple of business around here. But like I say, it's pretty deserted. Not too many people out here. So I think I'm just gonna turn back. And this is Lockwood Avenue over here. And this seems like it's mostly like the residential part, because I see a couple of apartment complexes and a lot of signs telling you how to get to 95. We got this over here. They could use some maintenance, some of the sidewalks right here then. Seems like this is like an apartment. You got more apartments over there. So now I think I'm just gonna turn back to the other side, to the more developed part of the downtown district of New Rochelle to see what's going on, what restaurants is happening over there, what type of things I can find. That's what we do here, we explore. Here we are heading back to the other side. You can see the high-rise buildings going on over here. And I think there's like a shopping center on the other side too. So over here it's pretty empty, but one thing I like about this side where the train station is, they decorated like the mural or the wall pretty nice. I'll show you in a bit. This is some of the decorations here, the murals and stuff. That's pretty nice. And then the entrance to the train station right here. And then I see they're building another tall building, so I think over here is where it's gonna get pretty interesting. Here it says New Rochelle train station, and it's pretty nice. We have like a deli right here, so I think all the action is happening over this side. I even see the post office right there, so this is gonna be really cool. I think this is like the shopping center in the back. So it seems like they're trying to develop, the city. So according to 2020, this city is roughly like 80,000 people living around here. So it's not really that big. It's kind of like a small town vibe, but it seems like they're trying to develop a lot over here. So I'm gonna cross the street over here because the shopping center is right here. And every time I Google about New Rochelle, this area over here pops up. Every time I saw, they even have like a hotel here, the Residence Inn by Marriott, but I'm gonna walk a little more ahead so you can see what's going on. Even though it's deserted, I like how impeccable and clean the streets are. So like I said, kind of giving me a little bit of Stanford vibes right here. So not sure how clear you guys can hear me because it's a little bit windy, but then They got a Texas Roadhouse, a tall, not sure if it's a condo. Then they got like a bridge over here that connects you one building to another one. So I guess this is where they got the movie theater. So now I'm walking over this side, it gets nicer. I can see the Residence Inn right here in the corner. And then it's connected with other places. So I think the views are gonna get even more interesting ahead of me. And then crazy, even here in New Rochelle, they got a scaffolding. So I guess I never escaped that. But I don't know, over here it's kind of like the shopping center, and this is the Residence Inn, so people can stay here. I guess do business around the areas, you know. I think Westchester County is a pretty good county. Oh, they even got a diner, splendid diner. But I think over here I'm gonna get some pretty nice, dope views. And then over here is a nice developed area over here. Like how they decorated with cobblestones then. Residence Inn right here, they got plenty of parking lots. They got an overpass that connects you from one side to another one, which is really cool. They're mostly chain restaurants like Buffalo Wild Wings, Applebee's. Is it Applebee's? Yeah, I haven't been there in a minute. So I guess they got a few stuff happening around here, which is really cool. So I guess in the nighttime, maybe it gets more busy over here. And on the other side, you see what's going on. They're even developing the buildings. So it seems like they're trying to really renovate downtown to the fullest. And I've only seen like a little portion of it. So let's walk around here to see what's going on, what can we find. And then we'll head towards Main Street. Crazy, so even here they got the halal guys. You know, the original one started in Manhattan by car, now they expanded all over, even abroad. So they got one happening over here. And this must be like a new condo development going on. It was nice. And the first floor is pretty nice. But now I think I'm gonna walk towards the other way, it should be even cooler. So I can tell this is brand new, how they developed the area, you know. And today the weather is gorgeous. I'm back again in Anderson Street and North Avenue. So I'm gonna walk where the new high-rise building is popping up to see what it looks like. Then here you got some of the Westchester County buses, how they look like. Driving around some of the main streets here, which is North Avenue. I'm gonna cross the street so we can get a better view of the high-rise building that's popping up. Despite it being like a small town vibe, another cool thing that I noticed that is similar to New York City is that people jaywalk here. So I guess it's okay to do it. Here you see a little bit of the skyline, this building, this one over here. And then we got this brand new tall building popping up over here. So who knows, in a couple of years, they might develop more skyscrapers. And this is the other side. So like I say, it's not really that busy, and today's a weekday. It's like 3-something o'clock. But it's pretty normal, you know, this is, most of the cities in the United States are literally designated for cars and not for the people. Except if you're in New York City, Boston, or Philly. But so far I like the infrastructure, like the streets, how clean they are, you know, how paved they are. So far the people, they look pretty cool around here. So I think there must be like a lot of restaurants ahead of me. And I'm doing a little detour over here because the public library should be ahead of me. But as you see, they got a CVS pharmacy and plenty of parking, which is something pretty strange to find in, like, in the downtown area, like plenty of parking like this. But I guess it's normal once you get outside of New York City. So this is the public library, and then ahead they got like a local park, Ruby D Park. This over here is Ruby D Park. Those buildings kind of looks like if you're in Roosevelt Island, like the same structure, and not really like a big park, you know, pretty simple and standard. But showing you guys what's going on, you know. And this must be like a modern gazebo. You see a couple of locals just chilling around here. You know, I love checking out the parks in every place that I go. Gotta tell you, it's just crazy that we're not far from New York City. This is New York State, but we're not far from New York City. Probably like 30 minutes outside, maybe a little least like 20 minutes. But the vibe feels different. It feels like a small town, you know. It feels like a small town, like really different vibes, you know, and even the way how the city looks like. But you know, that's the beauty about exploring all over. I think I'm just gonna make my way towards the main street or Route 1 to see the vibes over there and see what restaurants they got. You know, I think it's gonna be pretty interesting. Then ahead of me, I can start seeing the main street Also, you can't see because of the trees, but they got some high-rise buildings, which I'm gonna assume they're new. They developed them. But I'm a fan of exploring all the main streets around every town or city that I go in the States. So let's see this one. Let's see how this one looks like. What they got to offer. There's any diversity, what type of food they got, you know, we'll check it out. So far, my first impression is I love how the main street here has a lot of trees, so it literally helps out with the weather, you know, if it gets brutally hot. But summer's about to be over, so now the weather is just pretty nice. And here in the heart of Main Street, you see how they're popping up these buildings, kind of giving me a little vibe of Journal Square in Jersey City, where there's like a regular residential street, but then they start developing skyscrapers to change the vibe over there. So we're gonna keep walking forward the hill to see what else can we find. It's Memorial Highway right here. I do like how they decorate this area over here with the square, the flowers and everything. Let me take a little view. It looks like it's a small plaza. A couple of flags, so it might be like a tribute around here. Wow, it kind of feels like if it's spring, but we're literally finishing summer and heading towards the fall season. This is pretty cool. Then what is this? I guess this is dedicated to the veterans. Pretty nice what they do here. And then a 360 view of the high-rise buildings. Yeah, this is pretty dope. Let's make it towards my right to see what else is happening in the main street. And this main street is only one side road, it's not two ways. So it's kind of a little similar to Hackensack, New Jersey, which is only one-way driving. But I think the one in Hackensack is probably a little busier than this one. But this is still pretty cool to look at. You see what's going on. They got a lot of stores, a lot of business, but not too many crowd going on. At some point it could be good because you literally have it all to yourself. This is a nice looking architecture right here, this building. Crazy, even here they got a C-Town supermarket, which is popular all over New York City, so they have it up here. Then this over here is Division Road, which looks pretty cool too. I see a couple of businesses here to my right and left, so let's check it out. So you see it over here, and like I say, what I like about this city is how they got the vegetation, like the trees and everything, surrounded, you know, with the restaurants, the business. So it seems like it's mostly, you know, high-end restaurants, so it could be also like mom and pop shops. One thing I noticed is they don't really have outdoor dining unless I go somewhere else. Compared to Stamford, Connecticut, I noticed a couple of outdoor dining. It's beautiful, you know, and it's an easy commute from Grand Central Station, taking the Metro North, and you end up in a town like this. And just look, the restaurant, and look at all the trees. It must be beautiful in the fall season too. So back again to the main street to see what else is going on. So literally got everything, stores, restaurants, furniture stores, a little bit of everything. But without the crowds, and it keeps going a little bit ahead of me, probably like 2 or 3 more blocks. And you can see the high-rise buildings behind me. And I'm not sure how clear you can see it, but street art right here, which is really cool. Also, I noticed another street art over that way, but it's close. I guess it was like a little park with some new buildings. I'm probably gonna walk towards the other way to see what else is going on. And also it's pretty diverse here. You see people from all types of nationalities. I figure it's even nicer if I walk a little bit forward. They do got some nice architecture in this small city.
Okay.
Man, what is this? Notice that they have a lot of Mexican restaurants. And this building in the corner looks pretty interesting, wow. We got like a small shop over here, a barber shop. It says Catracho, so I'm gonna assume it's Honduras barber shop. I see a Peruvian flag ahead. And of course, surrounded by trees. I wish more main streets would do this, like have the trees around. I'm not sure what type of building this is. What is this, like a school? But the architecture is pretty nice. This must be like a Peruvian joint right here. I do like the architecture of the building. And this is a Colombian restaurant right here. Colombian food is really good. I saw the reviews of that restaurant and it looks pretty good too. Then it keeps going, and at the end I see like some new apartment complex that they built. So it seems like they're trying to develop around the area, you know. Because I mean, it's really close to the city, and I'm gonna assume that there used to be a theater over here, but it's abandoned right now. By the way of the structure of the buildings, you can tell. So I guess it's seen pretty good days. But hopefully they can renovate or open more business and bring the city to life, you know. Like I said, it's my first time here, so I don't know how it was back in the days. But it just looks pretty dead. But here you can say it says Main Street, so I'm gonna assume it used to be a theater over here. Kind of getting to the ending, there's like a little semi-intersection, and they got a gas station right here, Gulf gas station. So yeah, pretty much the same vibe, but I think I'm gonna merge into one of the regular streets to see what's going on. I gotta tell you, the weather is beautiful. I think September is probably the best month because it's not hot and not cold. You know, a lot of people, they complain or whine about, oh, how summer is almost over, but September is literally like the best month, you know, because summer can be brutally hot. But even here, they got the corner that looks pretty nice too. You gotta love when the skies are really blue behind me. We're getting to all the ending of where the etching of Main Street is. Now, I'm probably just gonna turn back and cross to another street to see what can I find. Well, I see a bakery right here. And El Ranchito, but it looks like it's closed. And that's another main street right there. Then over here, this is Maple Avenue, and we got some new developments going on. I do love how nice and paved the sidewalks are. And there's a Mexican Peruvian fusion right here, restaurant. Wow, this is really cool. So you can see both developments. They seem like they're new buildings over here that they pop up. This one looks like a building that they built in Williamsburg, in Brooklyn. And then we got this new one. The way how it's designed, it kind of looks a little bit like some of the new developments that they pop up in Seattle, Washington. But I do love how developed the sidewalk is. So this kind of explaining what is about to come next to the city over here. Then I think if I go ahead, it's gonna be residential and probably nice houses. It's also like a waterfront, but it might be a little bit far walking, so maybe it's better by bike or if you have a car. They also have like a little island that's called Glen Island Beach, but I think it's in the other side. And then not too far from there, it's kind of like the borderline of the Bronx, New York, so literally connects from one side to another one. This is like the back area over here, and wow. Tell you, looking at this area over here, it kind of makes me feel like if I'm in some of the cities or towns in the south of the United States. Like the laid-back style, you know, the design of the houses, but this is the state of New York. And the state of New York has a lot to offer too. It's a really massive state. But a lot of people from abroad think that New York State is literally New York City, and that's not correct. New York City is only like a little portion of the state of New York. New York State has mountains, has lakes, nature, a lot to do, and it could take you 5-6 hours to drive from one side to another one, even more, you know. So I think it's totally worth to explore. So here's another side of the city too. And this is mostly like the residential area where they got the houses and everything. Let me do a detour over here to see what can I find. So probably not much happening over this way, but I do like the sky. But just like you get any other place, it's just mostly houses. I'm gonna detour to the other side. They even have a public parking right here. I think they call it passport parking, so I guess with an app, you park over here and you can pay. Yeah, it's pretty big though. So I guess you could park here and walk the main street or go to some of the business around here. Yeah, you can see some of the high-rise buildings over here, but the buildings over here, they're not really that tall. But you have an idea what they look like. And this is the other one right here. I can literally tell this building is brand new. Maybe the one next to it too. So it seems like they want to have business on the first floor. And then you see more in the other side, which is really cool. So even between these high-rise buildings, they got like a little plaza that you could shortcut and connect you know, to the other street. And I really like this concept what they're doing with this new buildings to try to make the cities a little bit more walkable. I think it's happening all over the United States. Like I mentioned, I think the young generation, they want that, you know. They want the cities to be walkable. See a modern skyscraper building. So I think something I like about New Rochelle is the mixture of the old architecture with new developments going on over here. How they can combine it both together. And this is the other new building that are popping up. So little by little they are developing, you know. I saw the news how they wanted to make this like a really cool small city, a little bit outside New York, you know. So I wouldn't be surprised if more people start moving around here. I gotta tell you, one thing that confused me is the street signs where it says do not walk or walk, the way how it blinks, because I'm so used to the signs in New York City and Jersey where they got a sign of somebody walking and crossing, but here's a little bit different, the vibe, but you know, it's good to see something different. I'm really in love with the trees in the main street. It really gives it like a different type of vibe and twist. So I think I already explored a good amount of the city or the downtown area of New Rochelle. And so far I like it, you know, it's pretty chill, good vibes, clean and nice, and it seems like they're developing it pretty fast. But I think I'm gonna wrap up my video over here, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more. Be safe out there, everybody. God bless y'all, and peace.